I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father. Here's what happened.
Okay, let's stop right there. Man, in my mind, I feel bad for Stephen A. Smith, man. It reminded me of when Chris Rock got smacked by Will Smith. It's like LeBron bullying this old man. Like, I don't feel like this right. It's like, dang, it seemed like he embarrassed or something. What you feel about it?
I feel like, oh no, man! Like LeBron could have handled it
in private.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I feel like Stephen A. Smith also kind of clout chasing because he been on the
press run,
man.
Like he dropped the movie.
You the one that got ran up on. You going on a press run basically. So I feel like he making the best out the situation, I guess. But it's like, bro, you constantly egging it on, making it like it's like you don't take it serious what he said. So LeBron might approach you again because it's like you going on a press run. Talking about the situation, it's like, okay, bro, it's old.
It's not LeBron, it's LaDad.
LaFather.
LeBron new name isn't LeBron, it's LaFather.
Yeah.
LaFather James. So y'all remember that because this man done went up to Stephen A. Smith and just
it's my son. Like baby boy.
I want to see my son. Like DDG. All right, y'all, let's see what Stephen A. Smith had to say because this man just embarrassing.
Look at you.
I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor.
Okay.
The founder of William Morris Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, had courtside seats right next to the Lakers bench. Okay. He had Larry David with him, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah. I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter. I'm sitting courtside, and I stand up, and then I got my head turned. And then I turn back around. And a lot of people thought this was the end of the game or something like that. This was in the third quarter. Apparently, LeBron had walked out of the timeout, and I turn around, and he's right here in my face. He said, yo, you got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop fucking with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, though. And he walked off. So I remember during a timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. And he had this sad look on his face. And I'm imagining Pop saw that shit. It hit him.
Yeah. Bro.
And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up.
Come on, bro. But my thing is, Stephen A. Smith not the only person that talked about Bronny. Like, the whole world was talking about Bronny, but you want to go off on one person that's talking about Bronny. Bro, the whole world already was talking about before he even said anything. But I feel like you want to pick your battles. You want to fight Stephen A. Smith, because you know he ain't going to defend himself.
Right.
You know he ain't 268 pounds to man up against you, and you know he going to bag down. So I feel like, bro, this kind of like a weak move. Like, if Bronny feels some type of way, let him come up to him and be like, hey, can you stop talking down on my name, basically. Right. But it's like, bro, he a grown man. Like, you can't fight battles for your son against the whole world, bro.
Do you feel like Stephen A. Smith, like the situation's pretty much over? Well, people still talking about it, but the situation is getting a little old, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Stephen A. Smith is constantly egging things on?
Yeah, because what you come doing interview after interview after interview, bro, you already addressed it on your show. Now
addressed on ESPN too, then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many times you gonna address it? You gonna do another interview after this one? So it's like, bro, you must like that attention. Like, yeah, it's crazy that it happened. You got the right to speak your truth, but to constantly keep talking about it, that's what I see what LeBron talking about now.
Yeah.
That's why he went up to you. But I don't know, man. I feel like he kind of clout chasing now since this happened.
Cause it's like you already stated your point. What more you want, man?
Yeah.
What you want, a lollipop or something? Like,
like both of y'all in the wrong. Both of y'all could have handled it better, bro. Like, I know Stephen A. Smith, you doing your job, and LaDad, you just being a dad. But it's like, bro, y'all could have talked behind the scenes. Like, hey, I don't like how you been talking about my son lately. Can you chill out on it? And Stephen A. Smith could have been like, yeah, I chill out on it. I ain't gonna talk about your son no more.
Yeah.
But you want to take it to the public and make it look like you, Mr. Big Bad Guy, Mr. Superhero coming to rescue the superhero.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, this not the right way to handle the situation. And I feel like Stephen A. Smith get back is to constantly keep talking about the situation to make LeBron look like a bad person. That's what I feel like. That's why he constantly keep doing it.
Do you think it's paying him to be a bad person? Like, do you think people look at Le Father different? Yeah.
I don't feel like it's not paying him to be a bad person, but it's to me, it's giving overprotective.
Yeah.
That's what it's giving.
But as a father, like, you can't even trip that because just like a mother, like, you gonna always, be there for your child no matter how old they get. Yeah. So I can't even blame him. But I guess it's just because just the situation that it is, as far as like Bronny being in the league because of LeBron and them both being public figures. I think it's all that, because it's absolutely nothing wrong with a dad being a dad and a mother being a mother, because you're gonna be there to the day you pass away, to no matter how old your kids are. So I don't know. I get it though.
Then I feel like LeBron, I know you mad, but like, you don't approach nobody like that, bro. Like, you don't be like, hey, stop talking to my effing son. This is my effing son. Like, you don't have to approach nobody like that.
Yeah, he broke it down.
Yeah, really. Like, you don't have to. You not gonna come to nobody that's the same size as you like that, because you know it's gonna come with the smoke. So it's like, bro, you gotta chill out. Like, you can, hey, let me talk to you real quick. I feel like such and such, stop talking about my son. Like, it'll be all cool and stuff. You can go at me, but my son's still learning to lead. So can you please stop talking about him? Then if he come keep talking about, then you put your foot down. But you don't come on 10 to somebody. Why you talking about my effing son for and this and that? Because Stephen A. Smith could have been on that same type of time. Like, bro, I can talk about who the F I want to talk about. And before you know it, they finna fight.
Be a whole thing.
You know what I'm saying? But Stephen A. Smith, I feel like he handled the situation better than LeBron, because he could have snapped out too. But he was just like, okay, I understand you his dad and I'll chill.
Yeah, I feel like he handled it good as well, but it's like this aftermath thing. It's like,
it's like, come on, bro. It's giving thirsty, bro.
Yeah, it's giving
Give us
like
some water, bro.
It's giving like I need a paycheck today, not tomorrow.
Like, you done talked about this 3-4 times, bro. Like, come on, man.
Let it go.
Yes.
Did he say anything else in this interview? Or
we can see what else he said.
All right.
And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you got to talk about it. This is you and him. You got to talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said,
I got a question. Do you feel like that right there is selling your soul? If you made up your mind that, I don't want to do it, and then like you got somebody in the ear and be like, you gotta do it, and then you just be like, fine, okay, I'll do it.
I don't feel like they're selling your soul, because this a job. This your job to do.
But it's like,
but you gotta think though, this is job. This is like Walmart. They telling you to pick up boxes off the truck and put it on the line. That's not selling your soul. That's the job description.
But they telling you to pick up boxes and put them on the line, but they not telling you to open it and go in and do the extra stuff that doesn't need to be done to perform your job. So my question is, it's like, if that's not your job to I guess if that's not in your character to stir up drama and stuff like that, how would you be okay doing something that you don't want to do, but you'll do it just because you're being told to do it?
This what separates,
because he's a sport analyst, not a freaking what you call, like a drama channel, I guess. Like, he do that on his own.
But that's not selling your soul though. No, like he was talking about Bronny, so it's like if LeBron say something in response to what he said about Bronny, it's all the right for you to respond back. If something like that happens, so I don't feel like they're selling your soul. I feel like you just telling your truth, because if you don't say anything, you can't just ignore what just happened, because people gonna constantly be, what happened? They're gonna constantly keep doing it. Then people gonna be like, you weak and soft. So it's like,
so in life, when you start doing things for people, do you become a people pleaser?
No, he probably didn't do that for people. He probably did it for himself.
That's what I'm saying. But he just said he didn't want to do it. So it's like, how do he do it for himself if he's saying he didn't want to do it in the first
Because
place?
it's constantly like you have to defend yourself. If you never say nothing, you just stay quiet. That's not being a people pleaser to me.
But it's like you don't have to. It's not necessarily staying quiet. Like you can go have that conversation on your own time with the person that you need to have it with, but you don't have to necessarily have it to the public in a way. So I don't know when he
that type of lifestyle though, you always in the public though. Whether you on your show, whether you on ESPN, whether in real life, people probably approach him on the street, bro. What happened in the situation? So it's like eventually you gonna have to say something about it.
Yeah.
And the way he responded, he wasn't disrespectful. He didn't go off on LeBron saying he soft for it or nothing like that. He just said he understand where he coming from. So I don't feel like he's selling his soul because he really could have did more for the ratings. He could have went off on LeBron, but he didn't because he understood where LeBron was coming from.
It may probably get caught in a moment. He didn't know what to think to say. Probably was stunned. Let's see what else he had to say in this interview.
First thing that I'm going to do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me, then I wouldn't have been thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about you. You did this shit, which I'll get to in a second. But because he didn't do that, I said, fine, you let it go. Mind you, I just agreed to my contract. Courtside. That day was when it was announced. It's all over, everywhere. Watch about it. Right? Yeah. It's a nationally televised game. The cameras are rolling, and I'm like, if I do anything, this is gonna be a scene. Now, we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But once I saw the tape of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston, that was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation. Now let's get to the father thing. And I'm so glad y'all asked me about this shit because all I would ask is that I've been around for 30 years. Tell me the parent that said they heard me talking about them. I've never done it. What happened was this man was the one that said, you want me, draft him. I'll come play anywhere he's at. It ain't even about the money. This man is the one who said he's better than some of the NBA players are right now when he was in high school. If you go back and look at the tape, back then I said, stop. You can't do this. If you do that shit, you're bringing more pressure on your son. LeBron, stop. I said it then. This is before he got drafted. Stop doing this. He goes to USC. He got the heart ailment. I'm like, thank God he's okay. He gonna be all right. But I'm not gonna go see him at USC, just like I didn't go see him at Sierra Canyon because like, I ain't see Melo's son. I heard your son is all world. I ain't see him. Your son, I never saw these guys until they came pro. Because I know.
What's wrong with USC?
No, it's not that. Okay. I know that because of who I am and what I've established for myself in this industry, if I walk into an arena, everybody is looking for me to critique that person. And I don't want to do that because they want to come up. I'm not covering.
Yeah, it's true.
All in all, I feel like Stephen A. Smith, like just hearing him talk, I feel like he got a good heart and you know where he was coming from. He's just a basketball like geek or whatever. Yeah. He like love to examine the game and telling the truth. So, like I said before, I don't see no problem on both sides, but it could have been handled different in private when it came to LeBron.
Yeah, and I feel like this just his get back.
Right.
Because he can't press up on LeBron like that. Like, you wrong for that. So I feel like this is his get back for talking about the situation and exposing the truth and exposing, like, LeBron really kind of is in the wrong for the way he went about it, because he is an analyst, and it's like he wasn't disrespectful. He telling you, like, basically, you saying this all about your son is gonna put pressure onto your son.
Right.
So it's like he's not wrong for stating his opinion.
Right.
So I feel like LeBron could have just been better in the situation.
Okay, before we get off here, I got one last question. Do you think that do you think that LaFather and Stephen A. Smith should have a sit-down meeting before the year is out, before the season is out?
Yeah, they definitely should do an interview. They'll be lit.
So they have to just clear the air and say what they have to say and then let it be done.
Yeah, because you say, like, if you LeBron, you watching the interview, you are already getting riled up in your mind, and I'm pretty sure he'll respond, and Stephen A. Smith look at his response, and it's like y'all got to come together and talk about it, because y'all not gonna hear each other out, because you only hear Stephen A. Smith take on the internet instead of hearing it in person. Y'all finally get y'all disagreements out, because it can get bigger than what it is, because he going around talking about it, and LeBron said what he said, so it's like. Y'all, I feel like they could do an interview talking about it and hash it out. It's like two grown men should. So
yeah, I feel like, you know, the world's already divided, so we don't need another two black men going against each other, and just have to learn how to
small.
Yeah, we just have to learn how to communicate and express feelings, because not everybody gonna feel the way you feel, and that's okay. We just got to learn how to live with it and learn how to. I guess just realize, like, that's how life is gonna be. Like, you're not gonna agree with everything 100% a person say, and it's fine. Just
long as you lead a situation respecting each other, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Just like Big Shaq said, respect. But y'all, thanks for stopping by Only the Real Podcast.
Remember to stay rich, educated, and legendary.
And I already know y'all already know y'all gotta subscribe, but y'all also gotta comment down below. Is Stephen A. Smith clout chasing?
Or is LeBron being too much of LaFather? Is he pacified?
Yeah. So just like that, y'all, we're out.
Peace.